Welcome to the Genealogy Happy Hour, a place where new family historians can learn to document their family histories and celebrate their new discoveries. I'm Amy.
And I'm Penny, and we're here to help you discover your family tree from the beginning.
Welcome to episode 103. Well, we're in the month of November, and this is a great time for Penny and I to talk about some websites that we're very thankful for that allow us to do some great genealogical research for our own and it's also the holidays are fast approaching, so we thought it'd be a good time to maybe go over some gifts that might be of interest. Might be great gifts for the genealogist in your family.
Or for yourself. Because
that's true.
You could put that on something you could put on your gift wish list.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. So, but do we have wine first?
We do have a wine.
And this is very unusual, too.
It is. It's actually a mead. I was in Savannah this past weekend with some friends, and we popped into the Savannah Bee, I should know the name of it, the bee shop for honey. And we wanted to do some honey tasting. And we walked out with wine.
Okay.
Because they had honey wine. And we were all kind of skeptical. We're like, oh, this is going to be super sweet. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't. It really wasn't. There were 6 different ones, 2 kind of a white, 2 red. And then this one that I chose is the chai spice. And the reason I picked it was because our honey wine sommelier was talking about how good this would be warm with some cinnamon sticks. And instantly I was like, yes, give me all of that at the holiday season. So I thought that would be a really good one to try. It's a beautiful color, and very amber color.
The bottle's beautiful. The label's it's gorgeous.
Yeah, everything is really pretty about it. And it says on the back, beautifully balanced, smooth and spicy with notes of caramel, cinnamon, and cardamom. Chai spice will tantalize your taste buds. So I'm really excited to try that.
You gonna give me a taste too, maybe?
I certainly will.
Awesome. Thank you.
Imagine curling up in a cozy chair, scrolling through newspapers.com, and discovering a family member smiling back at you in a photo that you have never seen before. Give the genealogy lover in your life a gift subscription to newspapers.com and make this a reality. They'll break through genealogy brick walls with access to hundreds of years of wedding announcements, obituaries, family stories, and so much more. There's always something new to discover on newspapers.com, with a growing archive of over 1 billion pages from the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and beyond. Long after other gifts are forgotten, a newspapers.com gift subscription will continue to delight. Make the past the best present ever. For listeners of today's show, newspapers.com is offering a 20% off gift subscription for a limited time. Use the code HAPPYHOUR at checkout. So in today's podcast, we are talking about websites that we are thankful for, and I think our number one website we're thankful for is newspapers.com because they sponsor us and we love them. I think I probably use that website next to Ancestry and Family Search. That is
your go-to.
One of my number ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. No. And we're thankful for them that they do sponsor us because it helps us defer the cost of doing a podcast every month. And there are costs. We've got website costs. We've got equipment costs. So, thanks to newspapers.com, we're not out of pocket.
Yes, we are very appreciative. And again, we also mentioned, I just threw in Ancestry and Family Search. Those are 2 of the big ones. Very thankful for them.
For both of those, yes.
Ancestry is the paid one. Family Search is free. And I know y'all are using those too. That's nothing new to anybody.
Right. MyHeritage is also a good one, especially if you're working on European connections and looking for information on ancestors that might have remained over in Europe. MyHeritage particularly, that's a good one. So
Yes, of course. And Find My Past also, if you're doing a lot of British research. That's another one. And well, I mean, let's stay over in the overseas parts.
Okay,
Let's
sure.
do that. I know I do a lot of French research, and I use GeniaNet. And another one that I don't use, but I know is very good, is the Filet. Is also a good one for doing French research. So much stuff in France is out there and easy to find. Records back to the 1600s. It's just phenomenal.
Right. Archeon in DE in Germany is a great one. They've got a lot of parish records that have been transcribed. I'm not going to really say this poorly, but Arkivet is a Norwegian. It's the Norwegian.
Are you not Norwegian?
I am not Norwegian, but they have a wonderful digitized collection from the Norwegian archives that I have used in Norwegian research, which is fabulous. So that one is also great. And there's probably some others out there. I mean, I've never really done any Italian research or any Spanish. I've never done any really Mediterranean research, so I can't speak to any
Agree. I haven't either.
Databases out there for those, but these are the ones that we have experience with. So.
Yeah. Some other ones that I know we've talked about on past podcasts that are the Bureau of Land Management, the GLOW records.
That's a
great one.
Right. Keeping with the government, the Library of Congress, they're chronicling America. I think that's one is sometimes overlooked for digitized newspapers, especially if you're looking for older newspapers. That one is it's great and it's free.
Yeah, and for books as well. I was just on there looking at a book the other day, trying to find somebody in a book.
And NARA, the National Archives for naturalization records and Social Security, SS5s. I mean, they're not digitized, but you can order them directly online, which is wonderful. And
pension
easy
records, all the pension files and whatnot. Yeah, that's huge.
Right.
The DAR site. Both, I know you're still a member of DAR. I am. Kind of let mine lapse a little bit. But their website is amazing for records, etc.
Right. American Ancestors, the New England Genealogical Society's website, that's great, especially if you're researching up in New England. Another great historical society's website is the Minnesota. I've ordered a lot of documents off of that website. They make it very easy. You can get digitized copies.
Nice.
Pretty easily there.
Yeah.
So, and then New York Family History and Biographical Society, great resource for New York research as well. I've had some great success
I'll
with
throw
that.
out too, the Ohio Genealogical Society is also amazing.
Yep.
They have a great website as well. And Ohio Memory. And of course, you all know I do Ohio research, so that's why I know about those.
And the Florida Memory at the Florida State Archives is wonderful if you're looking for particularly, I mean, they've got some great photographs on there too, but Confederate pension applications and pension files, they're all digitized, which is fabulous.
I forgot to mention Scotland's People, which I've used in the past, which I love because you can just buy credits very inexpensively to be able to get the records and download them and print them off. I love that. I wish I've got 2 names in my family that are Scottish, but I cannot take them back over there yet. So I just do other people's families. Because I love that website and I love doing that research. Like, please let me research.
So you're very
family.
successful with other people.
Yeah. The Statue of Liberty in Ellis Island, that we use that a lot.
Do you?
Researching when people have arrived. That's very helpful.
And Fold 3 for, you talked about DAR, but Fold 3 for Revolutionary War pensions.
Yes.
They have all of those there too. and that one's a great one.
Yes.
Oh, and the New York Historical Vital Records Project, New York City, the boroughs of New York City, they have started to digitize the marriage, birth, and death records up to certain years, and so you can get those online now. The image, which is fabulous.
Oh, that's nice, because New York was always a toughie.
It's a toughie, yeah. This is just for the city and the boroughs in the city, but that's great.
Okay. DNA Painter. I know we've talked about that before. I love DNA Painter. They've got the best tools on there for plugging in and seeing how your relationships are with others that you've matched with, putting in your centimorgans, and I love that. I love that site so much. And there's so many great tools out there, like on YouTube and whatnot, to find tutorials and whatnot to use that. And speaking of tutorials, another great site that I use a lot, and you do too, is the Legacy Family Tree webinars.
Yes.
Love to learn new stuff on there. They've got some great ones. They've got some that are, like I have hit some that I'm watching. I'm like, okay, no.
And they have free ones, and they also have the subscription, and it's a great. I mean, we're going to get to gifts in a minute, but that's a great gift for anyone.
Yeah.
For yourself, give yourself a gift of, I think it's $49.99, $50, and it's just a wealth of information.
$50 a year for that is worth it alone to watch any of the Elizabeth Shown Mills webinars.
Absolutely,
I'm just always blown away by her research, and it's like, what? Like, I always learn something new, a new place to search, and then I just also feel like, why can't I do as well?
The Board for Certification for Certified Genealogists, they have their series on there, and it's great. So lovely website. Another one is, speaking of great presenters and great lecturers and great genealogists, is Judy Russell and her Legal Genealogist website. That one is a great one for legal issues, particularly.
Yes. Yeah, she is great. And you're right, a great presentation if you have the chance to see her speak at an event. Find a Grave is also amazing. Yep. And then I think there's also Billions of Graves. Billion Graves. I tend to go to Find a Grave the most. And Goldie May, we've talked about Goldie May as a tool for your research. I love their site as well. And some of these are paid subscriptions kind of things, but they're just so helpful and that it's worth it. And let's see, I also have the David Rumsey map collection. We haven't talked about that in a while.
We have not.
But that's such a great tool to use for your research. Love that.
Two that I had on my list is Cindy's List. Cindy's List has run around forever.
Oh yeah.
And she links you to every genealogical website and beyond. So I mean, just a tremendous resource that she's put together over the years, and that's still going strong. And everybody should, if you run out of options on what to do, or you're trying to figure out where to go from here, go to Cindy's List, and she's probably got a link to someplace that you haven't, that you don't know about yet. So exhaustive. And then WorldCat. I have WorldCat on my list.
Oh, I have it on mine too.
Because that's where you can go to find those books that sometimes you are not digitized, that maybe a compiled genealogy that isn't in your local library. And so WorldCat's a great place to go to find manuscripts and books that you might even be able to have borrowed. You can do a library loan and get that book sent to your local library. Or if you're going on a research trip, what the libraries have in that area that you might not have near you. So.
Good point. Yeah. And is that exhausted your list, or do you have some more things on there?
Oh, did we talk about Internet Archive?
We did not.
Okay, that's another good free resource for digitized books and newspapers. And I don't have it on my list, but it just came to my mind. Google Books and
Oh, yeah.
and Google Newspapers.
Yes.
So-
and Google Scholar.
Okay,
I know.
There
I
you
found
Yep.
papers by my ancestors on
How
Google
cool!
Scholar.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. We should have just said and Google.
So true.
Yes, you use
Every
that all the
genealogist
time.
uses Google for sure. So those are some of the websites that we're very thankful for, and thankful that we can sit very comfortably in our homes and do tremendous amount of genealogical research without having the expense of having to travel. Even though as fun as it is to do a road trip, it's also, even for the price of a subscription website compared to where you would have to go travel.
Oh. Yeah.
It's well worth it. So speaking of that, a subscription to a website would be a great gift for any genealogist in your family. As a matter of fact, my first subscription to Ancestry.com ever was a Christmas gift.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was
And I've
nice. And you've been
used it ever
hooked
since.
ever
I've been
since.
using it ever since, so it's great.
Yep.
And or a newspapers.com publishers extra subscription. And the reason I say publishers extra subscription is because that has more newspapers and has some that are still copyrighted. So it's really important to get the publishers extra subscription because you're going to see so many more newspapers through that subscription. So
Yeah. I agree. I agree
those
with
would
that
be
100%.
certainly first on my list. But no, you know what really is first on my list? What I want.
Do tell.
Well, we talked about the family tree web, the
What
legacy.
can I
We
give you
did
for
talk about the
Christmas?
legacy family tree webinars for $49.95. That's a great deal right there. So that would be a great gift. But what about a legacy box gift subscription? I mean, a gift card for a legacy box where they take your DVDs or not your DVD. Well, yeah, your VHS tapes,
Sure.
your cassette tapes,
Movies, all
all
that
those
stuff.
right, and then they digitize those for you.
Yes,
So
I have that on my list too.
I would-
Photo
that
and
would be
movie
great.
digitization would
Right.
be a great gift.
Yep, or a gift certificate to like an Akin or a Shutterfly, where the person can, the genealogist in the family can put all of their research upload their research into a beautiful and create a beautiful family book.
Or a family tree.
A pedigree
like
chart.
if you would like a chart on your wall.
Right.
Of course, I'm going to say here, like I would love for somebody to give that to me, but I want to design it.
Sure.
Because I feel like somebody's going to do it for me and it's going to be this real antique-y looking thing. And maybe I wanted something more modern and, a different kind of chart. So
It's very
I
personal.
think it is personal.
So
It
maybe
is
like
personal.
a gift card, a gift certificate to My Canvas, which
And
works
let-
through
yes,
Ancestry.
and let them-
That's
and
how
let
I
them
did
do
mine.
that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
What do you have on your list?
So I have also the subscriptions and memberships. Heirloom preservation. I thought that would be kind of if you've got something, like locked away somewhere, but it'd be really nice to have it displayed. You don't know how to do it. That would be a good gift.
That would be a good gift.
A box. How about some genealogy software?
Sure.
That has a cost to it. It's a one-time cost usually. It's not
Right.
unless there's a cost to upgrade.
Well, sometimes there's upgrades. Yeah,
Sometimes.
upgrades cost something.
But if somebody is just using Ancestry, but they really should have it on their own software, that would be a great
Right.
gift. Story capturing, something like Storyworth, where you would interview some relatives and get their stories. It's all recorded and then can be put into story form.
Oh, that's cool. That would be cool.
That
Yep,
would be
you're right.
a good gift. All right, so we said, how about tickets to events? What if somebody, I would love for somebody to pay for my registration to
Would you?
MGS or Roots
Right.
Tech. That would be a great
to go to
gift.
a conference, right?
Go to a conference,
or
yeah.
pay for the one-day conferences. A lot of state societies have some great one-day conferences,
Yeah.
and they bring in great speakers like Judy Russell, or
Those are good things to put on the list. And then, of course, there's always the fun things, those T-shirts that have funny sayings on it or some little genealogy tchotchke things. Those are always kind of fun. Mugs, things like that.
That's what I'm getting you for Christmas, by the way.
A mug, okay. I would
With
like
a
a wine glass.
A bottle of wine. A bottle of wine.
I would like a wine glass that says Genealogy Happy Hour on it.
All right. I guess we should work on that maybe.
Get that done.
A membership to the National Genealogical Society. They've got some great. They have some great learning tools on there, and they have wonderful publications that really helps genealogists learn through their membership.
Yes.
And learning courses.
I think any of those that have a magazine, American Ancestors also has a magazine that comes with their subscription.
Yes, absolutely.
Always great. Oh, and magazines, there's the Family Tree magazine. That's a great gift idea.
Yeah.
Put that down.
Absolutely. Oh, and DNA kits.
DNA kits.
DNA kits, and they're always on sale around the holidays too.
Yes.
So that would be a great opportunity. Either, or the Family Tree DNA, the Y DNA kit, if you're wanting some of the male members of your family to take some Y-DNA tests.
Yeah.
It could help your genealogy, your research, and, it could give them some insights into their paternity.
Right, but not a 23andMe DNA kit, right? No, don't do that.
No.
No.
You could offer to pay for their local or state society membership for the year.
Yes.
And those come with great perks because sometimes you can have some behind the scenes access to some data that the society has collected or their own speaker series. So that would be a great gift.
Another gift of time is if you are interested in doing one of the society pioneer applications or whatever, ask one of your family members who you think would be willing to give you their time in helping you compile that and
that's
put it
great.
together. Let's work on this together. That would be a great Christmas gift for me.
Right.
Because a lot of us don't want stuff, but that would be important. And that would be something you'd always remember. We did this together at Christmas of whatever. Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah. That'd be some good family time.
Yeah.
Archival storage boxes and binders are always something that a genealogist can use to store the documents that they have searched so long and hard for, and to organize their research. So, and then we have books. Do we have books?
I don't think we said books yet, but
genealogists love books.
We all love books.
We do, and it doesn't have to be a physical book. It can be a lot of these genealogy books have Kindle editions and digitized editions. So I came up with like a little list just of general books that to help a budding genealogist make sure that they are performing some good research.
Okay.
I love Ancestry's Red Book, and I know there's a digitized copy of that. I like the actual physical copy because it has maps. You can see easily where the counties are, and you can see then when the counties were formed, what county it was formed from. So that can help you take your research back to the correct counties, and it tells you when documents are available. It's great. So I do like to have that on hand. Oh, and you know what? The National Genealogical Society's Research in the States series.
Oh yeah, we love those.
I love those books, and they're not that expensive. They're $10 to $24, depending on what state it is, depending on how recent it came out. Those are fabulous. Love those.
And if we're like, I'm just doing West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. I only need a few. I don't need all.
Correct.
50
Correct.
Or maybe like the Red Book. That's great if I'm doing research for other people, but
yes,
not always.
Right.
So.
I mean, that Virginia book, I have it. It's practically falling apart. But I use it so much.
Oh,
so
you need
correct.
a new one. That'd be a good Christmas gift.
I don't know. I got a lot of highlighting in that stuff. I think we already mentioned Elizabeth Shown Mills, Evidence Explained, how to cite your sources, and the Genealogical Proof Standard by the Board for Certification of Genealogists, second edition, revised 2021. Every genealogist who's serious about their research needs to have that book, have the standards. So, and that's something that's about $20, I think, and you can get it on Amazon. So most of these can be obtained on Amazon. Although I would say the National Genealogical Society, get those on their website because they're the series, they're cheaper
It's cheaper on the website?
Through the website, yeah.
A lot of these books we do have links to on our website. You know, that gives us a little bit of help there.
What do you have on your list? You have books on your list?
I just have books, but you've listed a lot of the books that I would also agree with. I see that you have more. I'm looking at your list right now. But I also have, if you like to read fiction, as you know, we've reviewed a lot of books and whatnot. This would be a great time to get somebody involved in some genealogical fiction or add to your library if that's something you like. And I'll just put a little plug in here. Nathan Dillon Goodwin's latest one, The Hollywood Strangler, the investigative genetic genealogy mystery. Really good, really good. I think the thing I love the most about this is it takes me forever to get through. Not because it's a hard read, it's because I always want to stop and do something that they're doing in my own research. It's like, oh, I didn't think of that. Right. Let me go look at this. I'm going to try this website. Sure. You know, and I stop reading and go research, which, I mean, I guess it's all a good thing.
It's good because you're learning and it's entertaining at the same time. Yeah.
And he's got several different characters in there, and they all have a little story going on the side that are interesting. So there's... It's very entertaining and so well written and so well thought out, and it's just mind-boggling to me how somebody can write that, because I could not put it all together. Yeah. But if you think you can put it together, he offers a writing class for genealogical fiction.
Oh, is he doing that now? Oh,
yes.
Cool.
So if that's another gift idea, if that's something that you're interested in,
writing some genealogical fiction. Yeah.
Look for that.
Cool. I just had a couple more, only because these are kind of, they're great resources that you may not think about that you really are helpful in genealogy. And two of them are very kind of similar. What Do They Mean by That? By Paul Drake, and A2 Zacks by Barbara Jean Evans. I have the older version. I have the 1995 edition, but I think she just came out with like the third edition on A2 Zacks, and both of them are historical and genealogical terms explained, dictionary for genealogists and historians. You're looking at a death certificate, and you're like, what is apoplexy? Or you're looking at an inventory and you're like, I don't know what this tool is in the inventory. Well, these resources can help you figure that out.
That's a great source. Yeah.
And Nicknames Past and Present by Christine Rose. I don't think it's in print anymore, but you can get it used on Amazon, and that's a great one when you're looking at multiple census records and you've got somebody that's the first name is changing up and around. What are those nicknames? Is that the same person? And looking at those nicknames can be really helpful. Another beautiful book for somebody who loves cemeteries, and most genealogists love cemeteries.
Who doesn't?
Are Stories in Stone. It's a gorgeous little book, jam-packed with cemetery symbolisms.
That is important because sometimes we run across some crazy stuff on these tombstones, and like, what does that mean? What is that there for? Why did they put that there?
Right. Yeah. Or something like very strange and very weird to us. And you're like, why are these weeping willows? Or what does that mean? And symbolisms, I don't think mean as much to us today. Or we're inundated with symbols. But back then, prior generations, they were very, very important.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a gorgeous little book that I picked up years ago, and it's still on Amazon, and it's like $25. So a nice little gift.
Yeah. So books are always a great gift idea for sure.
All right, do you have anything else on your list?
So the only other thing I was thinking of is, holiday season. What do a lot of us do? We sit around and watch the Hallmark Christmas movies. Okay, so let's step away from the Hallmark Christmas movies because it's basically the same plot.
They're feel good.
But let's do some genealogy TV shows. Like if you have not sat down and watched a genealogy TV show, you should. Because some of them out there are really good. And probably the one most of us know are the Finding My Roots one on PBS. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Do you remember when Who Do You Think You Are used to come out? Yes. And not anymore. But there is a British version that's still out. And you'll have to find that on the BBC. And also on the BBC is one called A House Through Time, where they take like a house history.
Oh, that's fabulous. That's really interesting.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
And then Australia has Every Family Has a Secret, which is a DNA journey. And The Genetic Detective, which is also a fun one. So some of these are, you have to hunt down. I'll put links to the ones that I mentioned, and then see if there's other ones out there, because I think you learn something from everything you watch or listen to or read, or there's always a new tool or a new something popping up.
Right. Yeah, and it's fascinating. Genealogists love to learn, and they love to solve mysteries. So,
yeah.
Good.
So we hope we've given you some ideas for some new websites that you haven't tried yet, and some gift ideas to give or put on your list for Christmas.
And we would love to hear if you have a website that you use all the time and you love. Please share it with us. Because there's tons out there I know that I haven't been exposed to yet, and I would love to learn more. Yeah. So until next time.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening. Please email us with any questions or comments at genealogyhappyhour@gmail.com.
Visit our website, www.genealogyhappyhour.com, for additional resources, books, and wines. Don't forget to drink responsibly.
And never drink around genealogical documents.